Well, good evening, everybody. This is Sparky White. Welcome to the Ol'skool Reefer channel. Thought I'd give an update, or I guess you could call it a video log, I guess. But changes are in the works. It's been like 6.5 years or something since I had the big reef tank installed in my living room after tearing down a bunch of walls in my house. Remodeled and put a big giant tank in the middle of my living room and kitchen kind of thing. So finally decided it was time for a change and I guess major spring house cleaning, reef tank cleaning. So I'll show you that here in a second. This is actually like my second discus. First one, unfortunately, met his demise a couple years ago, so this is the second one since we moved here. Along with Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. You can see Nod back there. He's turned into a monster. He's actually bigger than the discus these days. Oh, it doesn't quite look like it on video. Anyways, I'd start with this tank and move on to the next. And this is not what you probably have seen in my prior video. Wow, big changes. So this is the large 200-gallon tank upstairs, and I have removed the mound. Major house cleaning. And boy, we got about 6 buckets of the most dark black water you have ever seen out of this sand. It was directly under the pile. And of course, the gobies are trying to do their thing, excavating big giant holes. Little mound of rock left, and that's pretty much the major reason, I guess, is I'd lost half of my real estate to this green Stary Poloyp and pulsing Xenia. And so I decided it was time to make a change. And of course you see the wrasse here, 6-line wrasse. It's not exactly shrimp friendly. And nor are the bud shrimp as far as peppermint shrimp. They chase the peppermints around, and unfortunately that wrasse there will pluck the eyeballs off of the peppermint shrimp. So my tanks are all peppermint shrimp friendly I should say, or I've tried for that, as in order to remove the apostasia or glass anemones that tend to grow in my system. Unfortunately, that's one of those pests that you got to deal with, and I use a natural cure for that. And of course, it's the peppermint shrimp. And I guess while I'm tearing the rock down and doing a major cleaning, I'm going to bag up that wrasse, and he's back to the store. Probably cash him in for more peppermint shrimp, because he just killed 3 out of the last 6 I just threw in there. So, part of the major reason we're going to have a change. And the paired up, bonded pair of fire shrimp, which I'll show you in a sec, I think are going to go downstairs in a frag tank. So sorry, we were doing a little glass cleaning prior. And there's the kitchen. Remodel project that's kind of stalled since the price of material and the pandemic. And of course I'm hand making all these cabinets and stuff. So got a couple more to go upstairs here. Up top, I should say. Takes a while to make those cabinets, about 3 or 4 days per cabinet to make them. So, and same with the stand here. But anyways, my poor show tank, display tank, is kind of tore up. So rebuilding process about to begin. And boy, my little catwalk here It's made my life so much simpler. Pulling a little knob here, and of course the whole thing drops down in behind the tank. So I can walk out on there and work on the tank. So I guess when you own the house and you build it yourself, remodel it yourself, you can do what you want. So anyways, downstairs we go. Oh, show you the fire shrimp, which are now huddled under the last little bit of rock here. And of course Zippy. I hate to get rid of him because he's one of the first fish that I put in this tank. But he's not exactly peppermint friendly. And of course, all the plumbing lines down here to my office. Let's see if we can do this without a filter. Filter being one of these guys. So we'll see if we can do this filterless. Anyways, everybody got brought down here yesterday. Day before I got the tank. A reserve backup holding tank. In fact, I scored that for $90 at Jack's. Basically a Rubbermaid horse trough, cattle trough, stock trough. $90 or something. So, and the protein skimmer thrown in there, and just for all my rocking. So I've separated base rock from what I would call pests, being the green Stary Poloyp and Xenia. So separated the rock. Probably end up taking a high pressure washer and blowing the Stary Poloyp and Xenia off of that rock and then observing it. But all the other stuff that was in that tank has been brought down here to my other tanks and cleaned off and cleaned up and ready for restacking and reorganizing. And there is Mimi. I just fed him, so she's being a little shy here. Got fat tummies. I ended up buying a blue jaw female trigger the other day, actually about a month ago or something, and I had her in my main tank downstairs in my office, and she was all happy in here. And of course I had to go and buy a male blue jaw trigger and try to put them in the same tank. And of course that did not work very well. The two of them got together almost like that yellow tang did, and they were kind of nose to nose, side by side, and did a spinning dance I have never seen before. So the new blue jaw male trigger has inherited this tank, and of course Mimi got thrown over here for the moment until I can throw her upstairs. And of course bring my bonded pair of fire shrimp down here, because I only actually have one or two peppermints in here, along with the anemone, which is now pinned in the back corner by himself, and brought down all the livestock from upstairs. So here's some of the livestock from upstairs, plus my existing. Made this tank look really full, didn't it? Anyways, I'll have a few places upstairs to plant a few of these. And I'm really glad I had the extra space. And came up with this tub for a whopping $90, and had an extra protein skimmer and extra air supply. Of course, I had to replace my air pump with 1700 GPH unit. I have it running to everything. refugium, I ended up mucking out a bucket of Cato the other day. And of course, that's a twice a month job. ATO system, Kalkwasser stir back in the corner, working awesome. Of course, it's on a manual deal. I have to kind of manually bump it on a daily deal. And the freshwater tank. And yes, all 6 Poloyp loaches are still roaming. So that's what I have going on around here. Major tank spring cleaning, renovation, deconstruction. Let's see what I can do about reconstructing something other than a big giant mound in the tank upstairs. Hopefully without, well, I'm not going to use any epoxy or bonding agent on the rocks, so it's all a matter of stacking rocks. So as soon as my favorite lady fish store is open tomorrow, I'm going to go cash in the wrasse and the rebuilding begins. So everybody have a great night. Take care. Happy reefing. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. Take care.